Okay, so now they gave us two lines. We need to find the distance from one line to the other parallel line. First thing I want to do, like I had the problems before, I want to find a point on this line. So if I find a point and I draw a line perpendicular to this other line, we're going to call this line S, that's perpendicular through this point, I have 2 points and I can find the distance. So I'm going to use this point right here because it's the y-intercept. It's 0, -5. And if these lines have a slope of -3, and the slope of the line perpendicular to that is going to be the negative reciprocal. So the reciprocal of -3 is -1/3. And the reciprocal, the negative version of -1/3, is +1/3. So y equals a slope of 1/3 x minus 5. That's the y-intercept. I'm going to do a system of equations. I'm going to take that equation and I'm going to set it equal to the other equation that it's going to intersect. I want to find the point of intersection, the point that they share in common. Add 5 to both sides. I get 1/3 x equals -3x plus 11. I don't really like this fraction here, so I'm going to clear the fraction by multiplying everything by 3. That gives me x equals -9x plus 11. Sorry, plus not 11, I didn't multiply that by 3, 33. So now I'm going to add 9x to both sides, and I get 10x equals 33, dealing with geometry, so I can have a decimal. 33 divided by 10 is 3.3. So it's a good thing I break because it looks like it's going to intersect at 3, -3, but I can see the x-coordinate is actually, it's not going to actually be 3, 3. It's actually going to be 3.3 comma some number. So I had two equations here. I had 1/3 x minus 5 and y equals -3x plus 6. So if I go back to the original equation, y equals 1/3 x minus 5. And I plug in 3.3. So 3.3 times 1/3, or divided by 3, is 1.1. 1.1 minus 5 is -3.9. So it looks like my point of intersection is actually 3.3, -3.9. Now, because those numbers are so odd, I'm nervous. Maybe I've done something wrong. So I'm going to check them in the second equation that I used here, which was y equals -3x plus 6. -3 times 3.3 plus 6. So 3.3 times 3 negative is -9.9, and -9.9 plus 6 is -3.9. Since that works in both equations, I know that I've done my system of linear equations correctly. So now I need to find the distance between those. I'm going to use the distance formula. Okay, this point here was 0.0, -5. So 0 minus 3.3 is -3.3 squared, plus -5 minus, oh, I almost messed that up, -5 minus a -3.9 is the same as adding. So 5 negative plus 3.9 is -1.1. negative 1.1 squared. Now since I'm squaring, I could just do 3.3 times 3.3. Then it's 1089 plus 1.1 times 1.1 is 1. So 10.89 plus 1.21 is 12.1. I want the square root of that, which is approximately 3.48. And looking at this boxes, it probably is a little bit more than 3 spaces from each other. So the correct answer is 3.48. These are difficult problems, and I certainly hope that these videos have helped you with these topics.